Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofect one, AJ, on this beautiful Monday, August 22nd, 2022, here with some interesting golf news to start off your week. Yes, as we have the PGA Tour Championship coming up this week, of course, we're going to get some more stories and some more controversy out of it, because how can we talk about golf and not talk about LIV and what it's making it do to the PGA? Now, this doesn't have anything to do directly with LIV, as it does seem like plans were put in place before LIV Golf was started. But the timing of everything just seems a little interesting. And so let's go ahead, let's dive right into it, and I'll let you know what's going on. It is being reported now by golfweek.usa today, reported by Eamon Lynch. Thank you for your hard work. Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy to launch technology-driven competition with top stars from the PGA. It goes on to say that this is this is coming off Tiger Woods hosting that meeting with a couple of players at the BMW Championship last week, about August 16th. And with that meeting, there were only certain players allowed in. It was more like an invited event. That's per Alan Shipnook. Shout out to him. What this is going to be, it's going to be a series of events in partnership with the PGA to complement the tour going on that weekend. Events will run between January and March, being one-day competitions in a stadium. It will be starting in 2024, as I said, to complement the PGA events, and it will be a tech-based golf showdown. What does that mean? We'll dive into that in a little bit later. This was presented by Tiger Woods to the other players as a long-term opportunity for players to build equity in the enterprise, as it will be privately funded in addition to corporate sponsorships and partnerships. So this is going to allow the players to buy in, get some equity, to not only participate in the events, but also get a nice chunk of change there. And this promotion obviously was received very well by all of the PGA golfers that were there. It's being reported that Woods and Rory McIlroy have been working on this for the past 2 years, has brought them very close together. And Commissioner Monahan is awesome. He's on board, and he does have a press conference tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd, regarding just kind of PGA and everything. And so we'll see what he has to say about that. See if he does announce it. It's not going to start happening until 2024, so it does give the PGA another year to kind of build it up and work on it. Now, this is a lot to break down. A lot coming out here, as the PGA does seem to be in a very reactive mode to LIV Golf. Now, for this to be coming out, obviously it's been worked on for the last couple years by Tiger and Rory to try to set it up, figure out this technology base. This is good for the PGA. This is really good for the PGA. If you're a PGA fan, you should be beyond stoked about this, because this is the PGA bringing golf into the 21st century. Finally. Now, I am a purist when it comes to sports. I love baseball. I don't think umpires should be robots. I don't think, it's a part of the game. And so golf, playing those 4 days, those 72 holes, it's a part of golf. It's a part of the tradition. Unfortunately, nowadays with, the way the demographics are going, TikTok, the Instagrams, everything, such short attention spans nowadays, it's harder for someone my generation to really sit down and watch a full weekend of golf. I'm a degenerate and I gamble on it, so I love watching it. But for anyone else, it can be a little bit harder to follow for a full weekend. This one-day event will, really help the PGA, attract my generation who has been attracted to Topgolf, to driving ranges and golf more and more now, but wanting to make it more exciting. And I bring up Topgolf because when it comes to golf and technology, yes, we have the simulators and everything like that. But if we're going to put an event in a stadium, you can't just have a giant sim where golfers are teeing off into it. That'd be boring as hell. And so some type of a Top Shot type, competition where they have to hit certain targets, and they're good enough. They're better than most people that go and play Topgolf. So maybe, you have to hit this target, you have to hit this target, you have to hit this target. Again, I'm not saying Topgolf is going to be a sponsor or a partner, but that is the first company I would look to in becoming a partner with this Tiger and Rory venture going into 2024, as they do have all the technology possible for something like this. The interesting part for me is the stadium. The stadium will be interesting, as the PGA doesn't go on during the football season, which is a great strategy because they would not survive. But this is going to end up being in the middle of the week. If you think about the PGA Tour schedules, tour starts on Thursdays typically, and so you probably will get a Wednesday for this. And so that also brings in a sense of atmosphere to the PGA. Now, when the PGA comes to Arizona and it's the Waste Management Open, I mean, everyone knows it's the Waste Management Open. It's a huge week-long event here. Pro-Ams, everything out the wazoo. Having something else to come in that can reach a bigger audience that may not be the biggest golf fans, but hey, they want to go see professionals do their thing, and they can afford that type of a ticket and maybe not a general admission pass to the Waste Management, people will go. People are looking for stuff to do, and golf is at such a high popularity right now after the whole shutdown and everything that this is the perfect time for LIV to grow. And it's also a great counter attack against LIV, who's promising all of this money. This is going to give golfers another avenue to make revenue while still being associated with the PGA, so they don't have to risk not being a member and losing their tour card and everything. The one thing that I am a little concerned about is the certain amount of players that will be allowed to play in these events. Not because I don't want certain players to play. I agree. It should be the best of the best, and that's what we get on the PGA. However, not letting these younger guys play might hurt. And I'm not saying, obviously you can't have 150 golfers in a 2.5-hour long competition or event or however long they're going to make it go. Can't. That's just too many people. And so you have the stars in there, you know what I mean? Your Harlem Globetrotters, if you will, of the golf world, who are really good at this type of an event. But you got to get the young blood in there, because that's what LIV Golf is really targeting right now, is the young blood of golf. That's why they have, when they get into the relegation, they're going to have all of these champions from the NCAA, from all of these smaller things come in, these amateur pro-ams and everything like that. So LIV is going to keep going after these younger golfers, as they know they'll need young blood life to keep it moving as LIV, because you really can't put Phil Mickelson's face on the poster. He's not your child. All right, DJ it may be the best bet when it comes to big names. But PGA will need to adapt some other younger golfers to get their name out there and really build their brand. Now, don't get me wrong. The first couple of events, to make sure it goes smoothly, you're going to have the biggest hitters out there performing. But it's going to be something that PGA will need to make sure they do. Getting those young bloods, those maybe names that aren't all household names, really putting them in there to let them grow and really build their brand, and to not let golfers feel like they just got to win these tournaments. There are other opportunities. At the end of the day, golf is entertainment, and so providing another way to make it entertaining, I am all about. This is awesome. This is awesome. Now, on the tech side of it, because I am a little bit of a techie, I am interested to see what they will do, because it would be easy to go with some type of a Top Shot system, you know what I mean, where you have targets and stuff like that. Obviously, they have not announced what this will be, but I could also see this being some type of an AR, VR type thing. You take a big screenshot, essentially, of the stadium, and then through AR technology and everything, you can essentially make a different course every single hole. And so, you could have two golfers teeing off in the stadium, and it's on hole 1. You could have two golfers at the other end, and it's hole 2. And your goggles would essentially translate it all in real time. That might be why it's such a late start at 2024, because if it was a simple competition like a Top Golf or something, the tech is already there. They could start that next year and begin that offensive. So for the fact that it's going to be in 2024 gives tech a little bit more time to develop. Maybe something they have their eye on is in the final stages, and so that year will really give that technology time to grow and stabilize and really make sure it works. I'm interested to see. This is really cool on all fronts, from golf to tech to everything. Shout out Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy really figuring it out and having the forefront to think about this. And it really couldn't have come at a better time. With LIV Golf really stealing all the headlines in golf lately, whether it's lawsuits, whether it's in signing or anything. This is a big win for the PGA and is really going to put them back on track against LIV Golf. Is it enough to keep people? I don't know. I do not know if it's enough to maybe stop people from going over to LIV. But it's definitely another option for golfers that they didn't have with the PGA, so that is a good starting point. With that being said, thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below for all of your golf updates, any sports updates, really. We cover everything here. We're fucking degenerates. With that being said, you can also follow us on the Twitter at DGenTakes, myself at Brofix1, my buddy Noah at Engel Money Train for all of his best betting picks. And hey, we got merch now. You like dope shirts like this? Check out the description down below. Lastly, again, this is so exciting for golf. This is going to be really interesting as we await Monahan's press conference tomorrow. We'll see if he has anything to say about it. I doubt it. He may mention it and saying 2024 is going to be a big year, but hey, we'll see. We'll see. We got Tour Championship this weekend. It's about to be a great week. So please continue to watch. We're going to be here covering everything, and we'll keep an eye on this story as we do with everything. So till next time, I've been the Perfect One AJ, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.